Do you remember?
I think I've read about this before, but I don't remember where or the details.
Well, each one of us must go through the stage of memorization and recitation in our educational journey. One is constantly obliged to memorize a lot of lessons and information and store them in memory. This latter aspect has, in a way or another, become accustomed to utilizing its primary capacity for rapid storage rather than long-term storage.
This is undoubtedly what we observe after exams. As soon as we finish them, the information scatters, and we forget what we have learned.
The typical forgotten curve is a concept from the field of psychology and memory studies, popularized by the German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus in the late 19th century. It describes how information that is newly learned is gradually forgotten over time if not reinforced or reviewed. The forgotten curve shows that the rate of forgetting is steepest shortly after learning new information and then levels off with time. The curve suggests that without active effort to retain the information, a significant portion of what was learned will be forgotten relatively quickly. Here's a brief explanation of the curve. Learning: at the beginning, time equals 0. When you first learn something new, your memory retention is at its highest point. You have just acquired the information, and it is fresh in your mind. Rapid forgetting: in the initial period after learning, usually within the first few hours to a day, there is a steep decline in memory retention. This rapid forgetting occurs because the brain is still processing and consolidating the information, and it hasn't had enough time to strengthen the neural pathways associated with the new knowledge. Gradual forgetting: after the rapid decline, the rate of forgetting slows down, and the curve becomes more gradual. The information you've learned is still being forgotten, but at a decreasing rate. Plateau: at some point, the curve levels off, indicating that a stable portion of the information has been retained in your long-term memory. The amount of information retained on this plateau depends on various factors, such as the individual's memory capabilities, the importance of the information, and whether any reinforcement or review occurred. To combat the effects of the forgotten curve and improve long-term retention, it's essential to engage in active learning strategies, spaced repetition, and regular review. By revisiting the material at strategic intervals, you can reinforce the neural connections associated with the information, making it more likely to stay in your memory over the long term.